Okay, welcome. We're doing a deep dive today, specifically built around the materials you shared with us.
That's right.
And our focus, it's Jaipur, India, the famous pink city.
Yeah, exactly. And based on your sources, we're aiming to really unpack the most interesting bits about Jaipur.
Highlighting what makes it tick, essentially.
hmm And also its place in that Golden Triangle tourist route, with Delhi and Agra. It's a really crucial part of that whole experience.
Definitely. So jumping right in, your sources make a big point about how Jaipur started. It wasn't organic growth, was it? Something different.
No, not at all. And this is, I think, really key from your notes. Jaipur was India's first planned city.
First one. Wow.
Founded way back in 1727, Maharaja Sawai Shai Singh II was behind it. And the design, well, it was carefully crafted by Vijayadhar Bhattacharya.
Okay, planned. But your sources mentioned something deeper too, like ancient principles, Vastu Shastra.
Yes, exactly. It wasn't just about straight roads. The planning was intentionally grounded in Vastu Shastra and Shilpa Shastra. These are ancient Indian architectural guides.
So not just practical city planning, but almost philosophical. What's the significance there according to the sources?
Well, the idea was about creating harmony, order. Some sources even suggest aligning the city grid with celestial movements.
Really? Cosmic alignment.
Kind of, yeah. It was about designing a city that reflected a certain order, both social and maybe even cosmic. Very forward-thinking for the 1700s. And it gives Jaipur those characteristically wide streets and organized layout.
Fascinating stuff. Okay, let's shift to the color. The pink. It's called the Pink City, but your notes suggest it wasn't always pink.
Right, that's another great historical nugget from your articles. The city didn't start out pink, that specific terracotta color. That came much later, 1876 to be precise.
1876, so why then?
It was deliberate. Maharaj Ram Singh had the buildings in the old city painted that color, the reason. To welcome Albert Edward, the Prince of Wales, who was visiting India.
Just for a visit, painting a whole section of the city.
Seems like it. An incredible gesture. And your sources mention that pink, or this sort of terracotta pink, was seen as a color of hospitality.
Wow. And it stuck.
It absolutely stuck. That one event, that welcoming gesture, ended up defining the city's visual identity right up to today. History, literally painting the town.
That really shows how these moments shape identity over time, doesn't it? Okay, beyond the planning and the paint, your sources rave about the architecture. What stands out there?
Oh, the architecture is quite something. Your notes point to this really rich mix of Rajput and Mughal styles.
A blend.
Yeah, reflecting the history, the rulers, the cultural exchanges. Sometimes you even see hints of European design popping up. It's like a visual history lesson.
And specific buildings, Hawa Mahal comes up a lot, the Palace of Winds.
Yes, that amazing facade, right? With
Yeah.
all those little windows, 953 of them. Your sources explain their purpose wasn't just decorative. They allowed the royal women inside to watch street festivals and daily life without being seen themselves. Form-following function dictated by social norms.
Incredible. And then there's the City Palace complex.
Huge complex, yeah. The old royal seat shows
Yeah.
the different eras of building. And you can't forget the forts on the hills like Omrarf. That's a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Right, Amur Fort, Jaigar Fort with that giant cannon. And Jantar Mantar too, right? The observatory.
Yadtar Mantar, another UNESCO site. Amazing astronomical instruments just out in the open. What's really striking, and your sources highlight this, is how these places mix, serious defense features with really delicate, beautiful art.
Power and beauty side by side.
Precisely. Shows the ruler's priorities, both strategy and aesthetics. And that UNESCO status means they're considered valuable to all of humanity.
History carved in stone. But let's bring it to the present. Your sources talk about Jaipur today. A lively place, big on tourism.
Very much so. I mean, with that history, that architecture, the pink color, it naturally draws crowds. But your sources connect this tourism to something else vital, the local crafts.
Ah, the artisans, like the gemstones and textiles mentioned.
Exactly that. Your articles stress how tourism is, well, a lifeline for many traditional crafts. Gemstone cutting, jewelry, block printing, those vibrant textiles.
So tourism helps keep these traditions alive.
It's a symbiotic thing, yeah. Visitors come for the beauty, and their spending helps support the artisans who are part of that living culture. It's why the walled city itself got UNESCO recognition in 2019 for being this living heritage site.
Okay, quite a journey. So pulling it all together from your sources, Jaipur's start as this uniquely planned city based on ancient ideas.
The Vastu Shastra influence.
The amazing story of how it became pink, almost by chance, but permanently.
Yeah, that royal visit gesture.
Its incredible mix of architecture reflecting history and culture.
Rajput, Mughal, forts, palaces.
And now this vibrant present where tourism and traditional crafts support each other.
It really is a place where you see design, history, and living culture all woven together quite tightly.
It makes you think. So, reflecting on everything your sources brought up, from those deep design principles in the city grid to, well, a specific paint choice for a single event, here's a final thought for you to consider. How much do those initial foundations, those design choices, and even those seemingly temporary historical moments